Give me bad stream, give me some kind of stream, I don't know. Any stream is better than no stream. You know, merrily, merrily life is but a stream. Very bad connection, it says. Hey, there we go. There's a view for you. Man, I got 2 people in the room. That's cool. And then they disappeared, and then I got a thumbs up. And it's just, this thing's acting wonky. I got, whatever, you know what I mean? So, I just got a few thoughts here. They caught the suspect guy that was making the bombs in Austin, thank God. And he blew himself up in the car. I could not confirm the drivers that I was told were killed, but they could have been separate instances or whatever. But there was at least a total of 6. I've heard even as much as 12. He had a whole bunch of other stuff. What's up, Truckin? Yeah, what's up, Perry Roberts? There was at least 6 that he put out. The one of them they got their hands on, and it seems like he had a whole bunch more at the house ready to go. And they had 2 roommates. They interviewed and detained and questioned or arrested, whatever, both of them, but one was released is all they want to say, and they don't want to say the name on the other one. So my thoughts are, I don't want to make this entire video just about that or about the freight I talked about the other day. I still stand on that because they still say stay vigilant if you're around Austin. Still look for more packages because they don't know what he was doing for the previous 24 hours before they started really nailing him down to who he was and where he was at. And he could have mailed a bunch more, and you know, I've heard as many as 12. They won't admit to 6 and whatever. So here's the thing. That's a bad situation that's been going on since the 3rd of March, people. The 3rd now. All that time, truck drivers going in and out of that town and being in danger. See, here's the thing. There's a little bit of a gap in news today. The gap itself consists of the fact that the news media still lives in a world of local versus regional versus national news. And they go by what's important enough to play in their area. But you'll book a load up to North Dakota not knowing there's a freak snowstorm, winter blizzard up there that'll stop you from running, and you don't have a clue. So you check national radar, you go to that, and if you actually know about it, NOAA.gov, I'm going to put a list of things, I'm going to put a list of links probably on this video of stuff that I want drivers know about. Trucker Path is a good app, and they have a weather connection to every little spot you go to. You can check the weather. Weather Bug is a good app. I've been meaning to do a video just on apps, but right now I'll just tell it. It ain't no big deal. I ain't trying to keep it secret. I'm trying to teach the knowledge. So look, Weather Bug, NOOA, National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration is good for weather. And if you go to NOAA.NHC, National Hurricane Center, NOAA.NHC.gov, you can track hurricanes and you can better predict them than your local weatherman, because it's the 3-day swath you can pretty well count on. I used to do hurricane work for the government, and I used to go by it. Hey, what's up, Eric? Hey, Eric, man, this is Eric's year. This is Eric's year, people. So, for real, I mean that, Eric. All year, you got the year. So, here's the thing. So I'm thinking that there's these apps that do help us, but local news doesn't always make it to national news, and national news is what truck drivers need. So I'm proposing something, because I know a lot of ham operators, and believe it or not, if you're just the American public and you don't know any better and you've never run ham and don't know what's going on, in the event that there's a major catastrophe and all of the weather Doppler radar thing get damaged, or 1 or 2, or if there's an event where power outages cause problems, people who still have ham radios ham operators with ham licenses. It's a frequency band of, you know, AM modulation that you can talk on, but you can't talk business, and you have to give a call sign every so often, and you have to have a license for it, and different licenses. And some will actually, if you're a part of a ham CB operator group, you can actually have a club and get a phone patch. It's a patch on ham radio, just like a telephone. You can make phone calls in emergency off of their repeater towers. They have to have that repeater in that club, so don't just join any ham club. Let's see. You know how I check the weather? I just look outside. I hear you, Eric. Well, some of us can't be outside in Colorado. We're trying to book a load out of Miami, and we're going to Colorado. So that's the thing. So they created a weather net on ham radio. So unbeknownst to most people, they test it every few days, and they'll tell their friends, hey, check in, how, you know, what's going on out there, weather out there, barometric pressure, rain, this kind of stuff, right? I know you're in Colorado. I know, dude. So the thing is, they test it for the benefit of the people so that they can disseminate information about the weather off ham radio in the event of an emergency. They just call it a test. It's called a weather net. Well, we have social media and stuff that does tell us some stuff, but it's not really as good as it could be. I think we could improve on some stuff, and that's why I wanted to propose this idea to anybody who wants to take it, run with it, do what you want to do with it. And I thought about creating an app, okay? So if you have a channel on here and you want to do it, or you just want to notify me when you can or whatever, it's best if you do it yourself, and I can't do this 24/7. I'm not like a news crew. But think about this for a second. We're looking at national stuff going on that might affect truck drivers. In the same way that you get an Amber Alert when you are in a local area, it'll send you an Amber Alert to your phone saying that this person was possibly in danger and this is the tag number in the car to look for. That Austin thing should have been something, there needs to be a trucker alert system, that dangerous things that we need to watch for over and above just Amber Alerts. And maybe there should be, like I was saying, maybe I should create an app. I don't know anything about that, but I could try to find out how to make it happen. Anybody wants to contact me on message or something can. And do like a trucker alert app on, hey, freak snowstorms, tornadoes, not in your area, in the United States where you run though, because you book loads going there. And the same with news. Make local news automatically by de facto for truckers, make it national news on some type of an app so that we know what's going down in the city we might be traveling to, through, or from, and we will know how to plan accordingly. Like when they had the power outage at the certain, you know, that Atlanta thing, and I put that up, the Atlanta airport, and then they had the, you know, they've had different down trees and stuff, and floods. So floods happen in Texas. There's some low-lying lands a lot. Floods happen a lot in different places, and they're usually the, you know, already expected to flood places. But like say the bridge, that there was a bridge in Miami the other day in the overpass walkway, that's a bridge, fell onto the highway and some people got killed. That kind of thing affects our traffic. It can affect us rerouting. Anytime there's a major accident that's going to be more than 2 hours, a trucker net of sorts. I don't know all the logistics of it. I wouldn't know what the best way to start other than put videos whenever I hear something happens and people let me know and I put up a video. So I will be letting you know things that affect you when I have time, but I am not the be-all end-all of news, and it's not exactly what I wanted all of my channel to be about, but if it pops off, I'm putting it up, like the FedEx thing. So, hey people, I think we ought to come together and put something together like that, and I think an app would be a great idea, and I think that I'm going to look into the app part of it. I don't want to start a whole new channel just for that. I'll probably just start calling the videos, I guess, something's going on, and then name the town. And so then you'll know, okay, that's a little news thing, you know, or just if it's weather, just say weather alert or something like that. And then if and I should be able to get live feed now. This is not the greatest, but I'm getting some service. So I want your thoughts on that, feedback on that. Let's see. Truck should have built-in information touchscreen like on Star. Name it Truck Star. Truck Star. I like that. Look, I like that. Hey, come up with ideas, man. Shoot them to me. Maybe we could pitch some of this crap to some of the people who do all that, you know, trucker this and that at Matt's, you know, or someplace like that. OnStar. Yeah, I'm with you. No, I knew what you was talking about. So, you know, we can't watch screens going down the road like that because we're trying to watch this big training video that I call a windshield. That's what I've always told people. I said, you got a license to learn. You don't have a license that says you know everything. You have a license to be able to legally drive a truck down the highway. Now it's time for you to learn. So this is this right here, this big screen right here, this is your safety video of the day every day. This is where you learn. This glass right here, this is your training video. And every day you should learn from it. Everything you see past you, everything you see try to hit you, all the tornadoes you drive through, hail, it's best to pull over for hail. You wind up with damaged windshields and paint. But the point is, I think that we're at a point where so much stuff pops off all the time that I think we need a trucker net. And I'm just proposing for somebody to run with it, man. Grab the ball and run with it. If you're some kind of a tech, you know, for lack of a better word, a techie or a tech nerd or a computer nerd, I don't like to use that word, but you know, I consider myself to be someone, I tap along and hack a little bit and try to learn. Have been for years. I can do a lot of stuff with a computer, but I am not up to date on how to start a app. I don't know how to start a website. I need to do some stuff like that. Man, I run for a living, man. I get paid by the mile. That's how I make my money. This is just I guess you'd say it's my legacy. I'm just teaching and whatever. But the live feeds here, you know, it's my time. So if anybody knows any direction would be a good direction. From here, starting from nothing, we have nothing right now. No, you don't get an Amber Alert when something's popping off, and if it's not national news, you're not going to hear it. And if you're looking at Google and all that crap, nobody's got time running a 650 to 700 mile a day run, taking a 30-minute lunch break, shutting down for 10, trying to wash clothes, take a shower, get in the bunk, get back up by a certain time, and deliver a load on time. We don't have time to be up on news. And so for the emergency news that affects us, that we should know about before we go into a city, about whether their city's all jacked up and they're having, let's even look, announcements of, hey, there's gonna be a Super Bowl parade and it's gonna be blocking up this road to this road. Or they've decided to protest here and they're in the middle of the street and they've decided that they're more important than traffic. For whatever reason. I'm not getting political one side or the other. I'm saying that's our lane of traffic. We pay road use tax, you know, $5.50 road use tax to the IRS office, you know, $550, and so we're paying for that road. We kind of need it, and we need to know if it's jacked up, and we need to go around it. And so bridges that might be out, like just say a major bridge goes out, we got nothing. There's no Amber Alert for that. There's no hey driver, you might not want to go that way, except for the CB radio, and that gets you about a mile, and then you might turn around, you might have to reroute 50 miles for a bridge. I've even seen the cops that have worked accidents have to route us off the road onto roads that would be normally, they'd be like, okay, don't cross that bridge, you know, you weigh over this much and this kind of stuff. I mean, I've seen some stuff in my years. So, you know, it would be a good thing if we had, and I'm not trying to say that I'm going to be the only one. I don't want to be the only one. I'm saying, look, let's get a network of, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your channel is. If you're in here, you could be a troll, you could be a hater, you know, even one of the grimy ones that don't like me. I don't care. Anyone, just raise your hand and say, hey, you know what? He's right. We need some kind of a alert system for truckers that either any kind of bombing, any kind of major event, any kind of a bridge outage, any kind of a major weather event, or accident that has got something tied up for more than 4 hours, I think it would be a good idea to start a trucker net, a news net for truckers. And maybe even, like I said, I'll try to work on getting an app built for it, because, you know, like I said, Trucker Path is a good app. It helps. Weatherbug's a good app. I get my weather from NOAA, like I said, NOAA.nhc, NOAA.nhc.gov, or just NOAA.gov and go to National Hurricane Center for hurricane work when I'm doing hurricane work, if I'm helping out with the, you know, FEMA and stuff, doing ice water MREs and you know, morgue unit, whatever they need. The whole thing is this: we need more communication. It's not fair for a driver to get stuck when all he's trying to do is run, when he could have planned around it or just not took a load to that town. I've heard of drivers taking flatbed loads of wood to places, and then that place is closed because it's flooded. Nobody's even there, and they went and got the load, and then they're like sitting on it for how many days. They may or may not get paid for it, that kind of stuff. And they could have been running the whole time and could have got a heads up, rather than almost running broke to try to get their money back from the broker or from whatever. So I don't know, your thoughts, you know, people. And if you want to run with it, run with it. If you want it to be on YouTube, if you think it should be maybe on a different place, I don't really know. I check my YouTube for people putting out videos that I'm interested in for my lunch break, you know, and for my shutdown. And I'm like, that's relaxing to me, you know. So you know, I would see an alert on there if someone put up a video. So if you have a channel and you've been thinking about doing videos, that'd be a great idea. Start a whole new thing and call it Trucker Alert Channel, and I'll put a link to it on mine, or I'll talk about it on mine on a live feed, or, you know, either way, you know, it doesn't have to be just cemented to one place or one person's information. It should be shared info, intel, boots on the ground, you know, recon work. So whoever wants to do the recon work, whoever wants to put it up, anybody wants to help me put this together, I just have the idea. I'm giving you the ball, you can run with it, you know. But I'm glad they got the one guy, and too bad they didn't catch him and somehow keep him alive at least long enough for him to tell if he shipped out any other stuff, because there's some possibility that there's other stuff out there and all that. But you know, when stuff pops off, it's good for truckers to know what is going on. And we don't have a clue. It's not fair to us, because we're not in a car that we can just jump off an exit ramp, step off, and go have lunch somewhere. We're in a, you know, 80,000 pound, doesn't stop on a dime, 60 or so foot vehicle, you know, 53 foot van plus about another, you know, however long your stretch is. So 60 foot long vehicle that requires a very large parking lot. You can see in front of me, there's trucks in front of me. So not to complain, we do what we do, knowing what we do. We plan from truck stop to truck stop. We plan from rest area to rest area. But it's difficult for us to plan from state to state when local news does not make it national news. So I think there needs to be a national news for truckers. Things that would affect our progress in our day. And I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that for a minute. Anybody wants to say anything? I think it's something needed, and I will be putting up videos when something pops off to let people know, because I don't think it's fair that we wouldn't get an alert, like an Amber Alert. There's no trucker alert. We need a trucker info alert system, you know, similar to the weather net they're running off ham radios. So if anybody knows of a website, I mean, of course they talk about stuff on the Truckers Report and all that, but that's like, okay, what this company's merging with and what. I see nothing that affects your daily travels. Nothing. And I can't be the only one that would want this. I'd rather have that than the Amber Alert. The Amber Alert's good, it does what it does, but I mean, what would more affect us is to know if a bridge is out up ahead. Or if there's an accident. And now if you're using certain types of GPS, it will let you know there's an accident ahead on your route, and that's helpful. I think they can get it dialed in more to a science if we know about construction that's like South Carolina construction the other day. It was a nightmare. It was ridiculous. They got like 5 miles or 6 miles of backup. My thoughts on that is they need to just give them 1 mile and say, fix that 1 mile and come on back when you're done. 1 mile going east, 1 mile going west, 1 mile going north, 1 mile going south. Depending on how big the state is. For, you know, Texas is pretty big. Give them 3 miles for the whole state, because they're holding up traffic with barrels and nothing's getting done. And now we're all pretty well figured out that, you know, we're all pretty well convinced that you know, even though Eisenhower told them to build that road a long time ago, they have not done it yet, and they're pretty well soaking up the money and they're getting the interest from it. Just like when they were supposed to change the mile markers and they took the money and put it in bank accounts, and they waited and waited and waited, and they took a couple $1 million worth of money and earned interest on it for how many years, until the Fed said, okay, you're going to change the mile markers or we're going to stop giving you funding. And then all of a sudden it was real quick to do. But they earned, I think it was a 1.5 million on interest between different states, you know, some more, some less, just for the money sitting in the bank, and they knew what they were doing. So stop sitting on construction money, get the barrels out of our way, give us, you know, a reasonable amount of traffic to deal with, not ridiculousness. And I've still got a 4-point plan for traffic I need to put up, showing, you know, where they could build rest areas at each point, and I'll go state by state, and I'll make it clear, and that would alleviate all the morning traffic, because we would be in and out and done. We would much rather maximize our miles rather than go to the 80 mile or 100 mile away truck stop that has parking away from every major city, and then the next morning track through, no matter how early you start, track through a bunch of traffic just to try to get you your delivery. I started at 4 a.m. I got there at 8, no problem. 7:45, did a shutdown. The point is, it's ridiculous to put that on a driver. We need parking close to where we deliver, especially for the places that say, oh no, you can't park on our facility. So I'm working on that too. But for right now, this discussion, like I said, that I'm trying to get started and wound up is pretty much about a trucker net. So anybody ever wants to, you know, drop a comment on this video, just do that. You see something pop off, drop a comment on this video. This will be a place to park all your comments and all your notifications to me until I figure something out. And I will look into it and go live on letting other people know about it. And, you know, I'll get a notification that I got a comment, you know, if that's how you want to start it. And then if someone has a better way to do it, like some type of, maybe there's a way if we started a YouTube channel and made it communal, where other people can also be people that can go in and add to it, you know, and have like 5 or 10 drivers that are like not quite moderators. I don't know where to go with this. Like I said, definitely an app would work. And I don't know who would, if it would be driver submitted like Trucker Path, as far as parking and stuff. I don't know. I think it's something that's needed though. And the notifications you usually get off your computer from your company is usually ridiculous crap anyways, to be honest. They tell you about a storm that you already usually know about. It's a little bit late, you know, it's better. I mean, they sometimes I think they wait till you book a load before they tell you that there's a, you know, problem in that area with weather that you might not want to go to, or that you want to take cover now. They send you a load that goes to a place, and then they send you a message saying take cover if you're there. Let's see, I think the Highway Patrol should have something. Yeah, yes, absolutely, Highway Patrol. And see, it would need to be for every state, but the Highway Patrol should have something like that. And just like you can call, I believe it's 611 or 511 in a few states, and that will give you, or something like that. So it'll give you like weather or traffic update. You know, they have bridges that'll get flooded over and all kinds of stuff that you got to reroute around. And you can find out what the traffic's flowing through from point A to point B, and you can, I think, also get like help, like the hero cars and stuff, where they come out and give you gas or whatever. They don't do that for us, but just thinking, just throwing some thoughts out that it might be good to set up a trucker net, and it be, you know, what's going on in a certain area, so you know ahead of time, and you can plan your brakes accordingly better, you know, rather than sit in traffic for 4, 6, 10 hours and have miles and miles of traffic. We can alleviate even the traffic and the traffic jam if we know about the traffic jam. We won't be there. We don't want to be there. None of us would sit there. We would take an exit ramp and go grab a burger and take a break and shower and whatever else we need to do, wash clothes, in a hot minute. That's why we have CB radios, but we don't get out but a couple miles on our CB radios. Some guys have kickers and they're getting out about, you know, 5 or 10 miles. You know, some people run uppers and lowers and they're on sideband. Some are on even ham. But ham's not going to tell you what's going on. Usually you're talking to somebody like in Russia or in, you know, a whole nother country on the other side of the planet with ham, because, you know, those different, you know, I call them the meter radios, you know, they go out further. Yeah, so I'll try to put something together, and I will get in touch with whatever websites I can, and how to start a website. It'd have to be user submitted somehow on an app. But we need more intel, and for that to have been going on since the 1st of March, nobody knew anything about it except for local people. You know, people are coming and going from different states, didn't even have a clue. It's not just the local people that need to be watching out for stuff. It's us drivers, because we see stuff all the time. We got this big old glass, like I said, this big training video right here, you know, and no reason we can't know what's going on. So any thoughts, comments, any ideas, and then I'll be getting off of here in a few minutes. I'm just going to chill back and listen to some music. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing good today. I just went and had something to eat. They didn't really have any food. They were out of burgers, out of this, out of that. It's like they had to read off the whole menu. It's almost like that old McDonald's song. They had to sing the song before you know what you could and couldn't order. It was crazy. Just wanted a little something to eat. But we tried to help them out and notify management on that, but you do what you can. But I've got coffee. I did get something to eat, and the flag's still flying. You can't see it, it's dark over there, but it looks good. Yep, it's gonna be a good day. And we got one less damn terrorist to worry about. So I'll be working on that the next few days. I don't know what it'll take. I don't know how to make an app, but I'll absolutely work towards it. I'm gonna drop this as a video in a bit, and you know, Eric, I'll look into that about the highway patrol having something, and I'm gonna look everywhere, but I don't think it's out there right now. I don't think it's out there yet, and it should be. There should be alerts, a trucker alert system. Maybe record drivers would be the best person to update us. They're the ones pulling the mess out. Give us an ETA, because the record driver knows how long it's going to take to pull it out of there better than any of them. How long is it going to take you to clean that mess up, you know? So maybe they're the ones that need to be the ones to talk to the app. We could all use a system like that. Even the state patrol, emergency services, you know, they could get around stuff. It'd be very helpful. I think it'd be, like I said, even more, what's the word? in the same way that the Amber Alert system works and gets people back home, I think that I think a trucker alert system would even be more. We would see more of a gain from it than even the Amber Alert system. You know, I think we'd see like 100% return on it. Results. There you go. There's the word. I'm gonna listen to a little bit of music. I'm gonna chill. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. It was just a thought and some work I'm working on, and I am working on the 4-point system video. I've got to do some more editing. It's difficult, just turning and burning, turning miles. I got some mechanical videos I still have to put up. I've seen a bunch of them CFI trucks coming and going and dropping and hooking. I'm starting to think they're trying to make this into their new terminal. Might be too much bass in this. I'll turn this down a bit. If anybody who watches this later has ever built an app before, or a website, especially if it's a free website, maybe I need something like .org or .net or something that's less expensive, that's free, and that would be like a public use kind of thing. If it has to be paid for, I could set up commercials on it to pay for it or something, you know. Maybe make it self-regenerating, put whatever money comes out of it back into it. I think it's more than just an idea. I think it's a necessity at this point. So I'll make a list of things it should do, like tell about bridge outages, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes. We don't get typhoons here, but you know, that'd be like, I'll appreciate the thumbs up. That'd be like Japan or something. But hey, they got truckers in Japan too. Maybe every country needs one. A trucker net, you know. I'm not saying it could be something that'd be global, and I can't type Russian. They got like backwards K's and stuff. Y'all know, my Russian people that follow me, you know what your typewriter would look like. I don't have that. And I can copy and paste, but that'd be hard to describe something. So, man, it would take a full staff of people to really go at it, or a bunch of drivers that's willing to submit. So even if it's abbreviated, like let's say that we're on I-70, even if you abbreviated it and made a submission, you said something like I-70 MMK for mile marker 40 and then the state, Missouri, you gotta have the state, and then like accident westbound, you know, traffic stopped. I think that kind of thing, at the time you did it, and the timestamp, you know, a time,
And then we could just figure out, okay, it's been 4 hours from now, it should be cleared up unless somebody else submits. Because we can't just fill up the comments on Trucker Path. You know, we need a whole nother deal. It needs to be a completely independent news, weather, traffic alert system for truckers. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna listen to the rest of this song here and let you listen to it, and then I'll just go off. Y'all have a good one. I'm just chilling back. Chilling, kicking back, listening to some reggae. And this is XM channel 42. If you ever want reggae. Channel name is The Joint, which is funny. And the artist is Isat, I-S-A-T. Title is Shower Me. Wait, that's the next one. Next one is Shower Me. Let's see the... Yeah, singing melody, so... So if I start out an app in the next week or so and figure out how to do one, I might even label it like Truckin Stuff's Truckin Stuff's emergency app or notification map, alert app, I'm sorry. Truckin Stuff's alert app. Yeah, that's a good one. We can work it out. You gotta find an app builder. And of course it'd have to be, I'd say it'd have to be free or like 99 cents or something stupid. I would say make it free. It doesn't make much sense to charge for an app for truckers. We're already getting charged for everything, so. And keep it open, keep it one version. If I had tethered this thing, I would have Bob Marley playing right now. That's usually what I listen to if I'm wanting to hear some reggae. Everybody likes Bob Marley. Three Little Birds is a good song if you want to look that up. Or Don't Worry, or Don't Worry Woman, or something like that. That's a good one. Please scratch PER title War in a Babylon. INA for in a War in a Babylon. And the artist is Lee Scratch Harry. War in a Babylon. Welcome to the people in the room. I've already pretty well said what I was going to say, but you can watch it on the rewind, and I will tell you this. It was about setting up a new app for truckers to let us know when something's popping off in a city, because we need national news when it's really only going local. So yeah, make the world a better place. Make it better than when we got it. Make it awesome. Easier to navigate. So we'll have less unexpected events that hold us up. We can actually get paid by the mile and not run 35 or 32 mile an hour in snow and ice when we can be running 65 and turning miles. You only got so many hours in it. 70-hour clock. You know, Canada, y'all got a few more hours than we do, but we got more truck stuff, so they make us stop, and it's all good. music will chill you out. Okay, so people, I'm gonna let you go with that. I'm not just saying this, I'm gonna find out what it takes to make an app and I'm gonna go after it. I'm just like that. I talk about it and then I get mad and then I do it. That's how I work. So, anybody knows a good app builder or website builder that's either free or dirt cheap, holla back at me. Leave a message on here. You hear about something popping off? Leave a message on this video. I'll check it out, put it up. I'm gonna start putting stuff up that might affect a truck driver's travels. I can't be on top of everything, but I'll do it as best as I can until we can get an app. It'll be a driver submitted thing, and I'll try to get out to the record companies and maybe get them to get in on it. They know more than we do. But and any kind of you know, state patrol, I think that they would like to talk to us. I think they would like to be in communicate with us and tell us, hey, there's a wreck up ahead, stop filling up the highway. Don't you think? So if there's any state patrol that's listening to this, or any, you know, law enforcement, state patrol, sheriffs, and you would like to say, hey, let's build that app and we'll tell you when there's something going on there too. And you could be putting it up in Florida and you could be helping a driver out of North Carolina. When I'm coming down, I'll know not to go that way. You know what I mean? We don't want to fill up your road. We don't want you to have to wave us all through with your little flashing wand and it be hard on you. Rest your arms, tell us about it. We won't be there. We'll make sure we are somewhere else. So have a good one. Everybody stay safe. And I'm gonna drop this just like that. I'm out. Peace.